went to see The Wiz at the Reedsville Theater, and the theater was packed full of black people. And because, again, during the early 80s, you didn't see a lot of portrayal of blacks on screen, and you didn't definitely see a lot of positive portrayal. So I remember that. I also remember going, we had drive-in theaters, which, there's only one in the county now, but to go to the drive-in was a treat. And as far as money, everybody could go for a small price. The movies now, I think the biggest impact lately was seeing 12 Years a Slave, which was a powerful movie, and I had studied that narrative in grad school, so to revisit that and to get a different perspective was great. And then just the climate of movies is a different level, and the different portrayals of how they portray blacks is changing starting last year. So I'm impressed with a lot of it. I'm planning to see Frankie and Alice, the new Halle Berry movie. And I want to go see Cesar Chavez, the Mexican revolutionary. So those are the two that's on my to-do list to go see.
Oh, okay. Do you remember the names of your grandma and grandpa?
Let's see, on my mom's side, Katie Herbin Lester. My grandfather, which he died before I was born, and my grandmother remarried, but it was Simon Herbin, and then she remarried. On my dad's side, it was Pearlie Abbott and William Abbott. Again, they're deceased as well. But the good thing is, I got to have my grandparents until I had children of my own, and I think that's a real blessing. A lot of people don't get to do that. So I had them for a while.
Okay. What was your first house or apartment look like? Was it any different from your original home, the one you were raised in?
Oh yeah, I was raised in a trailer. Before my dad died, we had a 4-bedroom trailer in Ruffin on 700, and after he passed away, we had to move, and we moved to a 2-bedroom trailer. So it was 5 people in a 2-bedroom trailer, basically from the time I was in 8th grade until I was 21. I did not get a room to myself until after I got divorced when I was nearly 40. So I've always had to share space with someone. But yeah, and so that was my first home. And then when I got married, we moved into an apartment. Then we was in Greensboro. We left there and we moved into his grandmother's home. And after that, by the time my youngest was in 5th grade, we got our own home. So I thought it was going to be the home that I was going to grow old in. It was a full basement, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, the house that I dreamed of having. So, but now I'm living in an apartment. And I thought about buying a house, but I don't know, with things going on with teachers and teachers' pay, I didn't know if I wanted to risk it.
So you say that teachers really don't earn that much.
Well, I was thinking of buying a house until last summer when they said they was taking away teacher tenure. They wasn't going to pay teachers for advanced degrees. I just didn't know what kind of situation I was going to be in financially in 15 years.
Right.
So I was like, I know I can pay my rent every month, and it's just me. So it wasn't like I needed to buy a house. I mean, if I had a family, then that was considered. But my daughters are grown. One is in Georgia, so I figured that I just pay rent and used other money to travel and to do the things I wanted, not invested in a house.
What was the daily food you consumed on a daily basis?
What most people considered soul food. You mean when I grew up?
Yeah, when you were growing up.
We didn't go to out. We didn't do fast food. You ate at home. Again, my mom cooked cornbread almost every day. That to this day, I rarely eat cornbread because she cooked it almost every single day. And I like cornbread, but I ate so much of it growing up. Rice. Rice was a bit, rice for breakfast, rice for lunch, rice for dinner, rice. But I still eat rice because I like rice.
So
Definitely sweet tea.
yeah, so fast food was not a very common thing when you were growing up.
No.
Whereas now you have teenagers using fast food basically all the time.
Yeah, as a meal, but we didn't do that. Sodas in the house. Even today, I don't buy sodas, but having sodas in the house, we didn't. We had Kool-Aid, we had iced tea, orange juice. I didn't drink orange juice until I was an adult because we didn't have it growing up. My family, we couldn't afford to buy juice for breakfast. Drink some water, eat some rice, and keep it moving. Yes.
What type of transportation did your parents use when you were young? Was it bike, car?
Car.
The
Just one.
Newest models
No.
or
No. Just a car. You had that car until that one gave out, and then she got another one. And I got my first car my senior year of college.
and how was it different? Your car, will you say it was an improvement?
Oh yeah, I got a new car.
So it was definitely a bigger.
It was a new car until I wrecked it about a year later, but
Oh.
it was a black Cavalier. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a black Cavalier, but I ended up wrecking it. So
How do you traditionally spend, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, major holidays, like with the family back then, and has it changed any over time?
oh yeah, definitely growing up you did because growing up in Ruffin you didn't really have that many choices but to spend with family. When I got married, it was more with his side of the family because my family wasn't the get together type all the time, but his family was. So, and having 3 daughters, so they was always expecting me to be there with the girls. Now, I get to choose where I want to spend my time. So, like Christmas.
Thank you for my fries. I will pay you tomorrow. I don't have any money.
Christmas, I went to Georgia to spend with my middle daughter and her husband and the baby because I don't get to see them as often, even though I got 2 daughters here, but I get to, decide where I'm going to spend my time.
Okay. Do your mom have a saying? She often repeated to you?
Not that I can remember. I remember I have a saying with my daughters, and that is there's a time and a place for everything, and I get on their nerves with it because I really truly, I'm not, as a child, I'm not saying you can't play, you can't do certain things, but in certain situations, that's not the expectations, and that's what I expect. I expect you to behave. If we're in church, you can't do certain things if we're with family and friends. And then there's that time that, you can play and act crazy. I just expect you to be well behaved. So a time and a place for everything is my saying. I can't remember my mom ever saying anything like that, but I grew up when moms didn't talk. Now I remember getting my butt whooped a lot, but no special saying.
Right. Okay. How about your dad? Do you remember a lot about your dad?
I remember he smoked cigarettes, Winston's. He was an alcoholic. He didn't keep a job a lot. He made the best potato French fries ever.
That's interesting.
He didn't spank us or hit us or anything. That was my mom's stuff. So even with 4 kids, he barely raised his voice at us. But like I said, he dies from an aneurysm when I'm in 8th grade, in October 1977.
You mentioned his alcoholism. Did that affect your family? Like,
That's one of the reasons that I think my mom left him. It was because of the drinking.
but you say that he never spanked you. He never
Oh yeah.
hurt you.
I mean, that part, that wasn't, I mean, he drank a lot, and he didn't keep a job. So, I mean, it was my mom financially supporting the family, and they did argue a lot, but not like to us or involving that we physically got hurt. When my mom spanked us, usually because we did something wrong. Yeah, so it wasn't like, okay, she's upset. No, we usually just did something we weren't supposed to do.
How do you knew that you had done something you weren't supposed to do?
When your mom's gone all day and she said, come home and the house supposed to be clean, or you're supposed to do your chores and they're not done, or your mom's gone all day and she said you don't supposed to have boys at the house and you do and you get caught. Things that you're not supposed to do. You get the car and you go somewhere you're not supposed to be going, and the car breaks down and you have to call your mom. Yeah, just things. Yeah.
All right. What book influenced you most in college and why?
Which book in college? Oh, I don't think that there was a particular book, and I can't remember if it was a book or paper, but I do remember, I go to college when I'm there from 1982 to 1986, and this is the history of affirmative action, okay? One of the things that they want to do is they want kids of color to go to majority white school. You get more money, okay? You get more money, but you still have the same expectations. So I don't remember a particular book because it wasn't as cultural as it is now. But I was in an English class, and we had to read, I don't know, an article or something, and it was by a black female. And I really wanted to like this reading because it was she's black, I'm black, she's a woman, I'm a woman, and I'm supposed to like what she wrote. And I remember going to class and talking to the instructor, and I was like, I don't like this. And I told him I didn't finish it, and I told him that I didn't like it, and that was upsetting to me because she was a black female and I was supposed to like it. But that was a growing point for me. It was like I was mature enough to know that I didn't like it, and I didn't have to like it because she was a black female. So that was like one of the moments I was like, okay, I don't have to like it, and that's okay. So, but I can't remember who it was. All I remember, I just didn't like it.
Okay. Did any of your parents speak any foreign languages at all, other than English?
No, other than country talking, no.
Okay. Has anyone in your family ever fought in a war or been in military service?
Not any of the immediate family. I definitely have cousins, but none growing up that I know of.
Okay. All right. What can you recall about the forced integration in the South? Do you know anything about that?
I was born at the time where a year before I have friends that's only a year or 2 years older than I am that remember going to the segregated schools. I started school, it was desegregated, so I don't have any memory of that. I remember getting on the bus with white kids and black kids. And
so you were among the first generations to actually be going to school together with whites.
Right, and having no memory of anything else but that. But then, like I said, I have friends.
Was it widely accepted as it is now? Because
to me, growing up, it wasn't no big thing. That was just what it was. Growing up in Ruffin, most of the people were the same people that had been living there generations. So, and there were white people and black people.